Hello, fans. I'm the PC Expert Amateur, and we're going to take a look at the Lamptron Rigel ARGB fan. And this is one of those open chassis ones. This is when they have this kind of a design. It's called open chassis. I call it lobed corners, whatever you want to call it. Open frame, open chassis. I don't really care. It doesn't, it doesn't matter so much as long as you understand, and I think people will understand open frame better than open chassis. So this one's rather interesting. Look at the blades. I don't know how well you can see that, but the blades have a lobe kind of sticking off the leading edge at the top there, and then it kind of falls. So it's like a tab, I think would be a better description of it. So I don't know how well you can see that. Let me see if I can turn it this way. And that's a little bit better. So that's interesting. It also has the cushions, as you can see. It has ARGB, and it has PWM. So let's go ahead and take a look at the lighting and see if you like it. Well, I'm not sure how I feel about this one. I mean, you can see the LEDs, which is a little bit iffy, but let's see what it's like when it's moving. So this fan is different from both the Meteor, which has the LED lights on the inside of the ring, and the Atronar, which has lighting concealed behind translucent panels or pieces of plastic. So I can't tell you how many LEDs are in the Atronar Plus. So let's go ahead and if you look at it from the side, if this is something that appeals to you, this doesn't move per se, so you see all the LEDs on the side of your fan. I don't know how people feel about that. To me, I don't know. I think it's, on the one hand, it's interesting because it actually provides this kind of very, very obvious movement of color. But on the other hand, yeah, I don't know. And since the lighting is going outwards, it doesn't impact the appearance in the middle because they're facing the wrong way. I think it would have been much more interesting to have the LEDs on the inside so that it would be going through the blades, and we could see something perhaps in terms of maybe an interesting appearance. But this one, for whatever reason, they decided, well, let's just put it on the outside. Kind of reminds me of like a carousel or a that giant wheel at the carnivals and amusement parks. Oh gosh, I can't remember the name of it. I always have problems with that. But yeah, it's yeah. So let me know in the comments what you think about the lighting. I'm not impressed with it. I'm gonna unplug it. In fact, it's so unimpressive. And let's go ahead and listen to the noise produced by this fan, which if it's like the other Lamptron fans, I think it's going to be pretty quiet. But we'll see. Oh, darn it. I went too low. Man, it starts and stops. And that's understandable, I guess. Not terribly understandable. Okay. Oh, gosh. This one is a challenge. No, don't stop. Wow. This is... Wow. I cannot believe how difficult this one is. Hold on a second. Okay, so this one has a fairly high voltage range. I could, usually I can get it down to, I would say, like maybe 15% or so, but this one is definitely higher. So yeah, it is quiet though. Although I can hear a noise from the bearings, which is not impressive. Can you hear that ticking? I didn't hear any harmonic resonances, and I am kind of impressed by the fact that this fan is making a lot of noise. But what about the static pressure? I'm going to say the static pressure is maybe 1.5 at best. But you are getting some noise. It's going to be relatively quiet in your case, but you'll probably still hear it somewhat. I am concerned about the quality of the bearings, though, because if the bearings are bad, well, yeah, I'm sure you can figure out the rest of that sentence yourself. So you could use this for an air cooler, or obviously for a case, not for a water cooler, unless you have a really crappy radiator, like from 20 years ago when radiators were a lot thinner and stuff. Presumably. Anyways, I'm just guessing. I was not doing anything with water cooling back in those days. In fact, I looked at the air coolers that were being created. It made it look like an engine, Well, anyways, I'm digressing. Would you please like, subscribe, share, and if you can, just even a short comment really helps me to build this channel. Thank you. Let's look at the specs. Okay, the Lamptron Rigel is also called the Lamp-Rigel 12251. It is a $15 fan. I don't know. I feel like it's too much. Lamptron tends to be more expensive than some of the other brands, but cheaper than the really overpriced ones out there, like Lian Li and Corsair, for example. Certified UL, CE, CSA, ROHS, and the one Chinese recycling indicator. Made in China, 120 by 25, 40,000 hours of life, 16 ARGB LEDs. It is compatible with ASUS, Gigabyte, and MSI at the very least. 140 grams, 9 blades, 105 mounting. 105 millimeters between the mounting holes, 1,800 RPMs plus or minus 10%. No indicator of CFMs, but it has the same basic specs as the Atron R Plus. So 1.2 millimeters of static pressure, 26 to 30 decibels, 40 centimeter long cable, no daisy chaining or sleeving, 55 centimeter LED cable with daisy chaining but no sleeving, PWM and standard ARGB connectors, hydraulic bearings, 12 volts, 2.76 with a minimum of 2.52 watts, and 0.23 with a minimum of 0.21 amps, 5 volts for the lighting, no indicators of direction of rotation and flow, but it turns in a clockwise direction, comes with 4 fan bolts and corner cushions. Hello, thanks for watching my video, and I need to ask for your help. So my financial situation has become very uncertain with my employer and also with the workers' comp case I have from an injury I had at work last year in 2023, for which I'm currently suing the workers' comp company. I really don't know what's going to happen in the next few months, but if you can find it within your ability without screwing yourself up to help me out, you have 2 options. One of those is to just go to my channel, Glenn's Fast Reviews, and make a one-time donation there. Or if you would want to do a repeating donation, a monthly donation, you can go to patreon.com/ GLENNMII. That's G as in Glenn, LEN as in Nancy, N as in Nancy, M as in Mary, no, not I, but I, right? And there are various choices for you to sign up for. If you cannot afford the lowest option that I have put up there, let me know and I will put in a lower option that can work for other people. Also, I want to say thank you to my very first Patreon, Rudik from Australia, who has been very kind enough to support me and even said if I can't afford the postage to send the gifts that he has become eligible for, that's okay. I will certainly try to do that anyways, and it means a lot because not only did you choose to financially support me, but you've also been supportive in some comments on some of my videos, and I think that's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, if there are any questions, please put them in the comments, and you here or on Patreon, and I will try to get back to you as quickly as possible. Sometimes I don't see comments right away because of the way YouTube works. And oh, by the way, thank you to Bleeping Computer, and it's the owner of Bleeping Computer, who goes by the name of Grindler online on his website, for allowing me to use his platform to promote my channel, the PC Expert Amateur, and I appreciate it very much. And if you need help with, say, malware or technical problems with your computer, the Bleeping Computer volunteers are a good bunch of people who have a great deal of knowledge about a lot of different kinds of problems with computers. And with there is a dedicated volunteer malware removal team there. Sorry. And we'll be happy to help you. And you can just go to bleepingcomputer.com and click on the forums. There's also lots of great news about cybersecurity, about hackers and stuff like that.